Washington, D.C. This is really exciting. Plus, it's my birthday, so I'm so... So before we get started, I want to just thank first the awesome staff, both of the affiliates and in DC, that brought now more than 400 people together for our biggest ever public policy summit. So thank you, everybody. This is definitely, for me, probably the most exciting time of the year, because it's when all the Planned Parenthood political junkies get together in one room, and we celebrate our victories, and we swear vengeance on our enemies, and we, most importantly, we plot and scheme for the year ahead. And I think there's never been a better time, maybe never a more exciting time, at least in the last 8 years. I mean, could you feel that it's different in Washington? Like, even the cab drivers are in a good mood. It was the other day, Lori Rubiner and I were going to the White House, which is very exciting, let's just be honest. And so we just said, could you just drop us off? We're going to a meeting at the White House, and we're getting out, and the cab driver says, say hello to President Obama for me. I can guarantee you that never happened when George Bush was president. But just to kind of put it all in perspective, so 2 years ago, a lot of us gathered together in the Ritz Ballroom, so let's face it, better economic times, for the same meeting, and it was a historic time because it was the first time in Planned Parenthood's history that we heard from 2 presidential candidates who actually came and asked for our support. And they pledged their support to us, and we pledged their support to them, and look where we are 2 years later. Right. I mean, we kind of got 2 for 1, right? We got President Obama in the White House, and we got Secretary of State Hillary Clinton traveling the world as a champion for women's rights. But I hope, too, that you know it was more than that meeting. It was literally folks in this room made this happen. We had the biggest mobilization of Planned Parenthood Action Fund activists around the country that we've ever had. With the work in the field, we made 1.25 million phone calls. I know, incredible. We knocked on 120,000 doors, person-to-person conversations in battleground states, and sent 3.8 pieces of mail. We grew and probably really most important to me, because it's about the future, is we grew from an action fund collectively, both at the local and the national level, of 250,000 to an action fund of 750,000 activists across the country. So that was amazing. And then we made the good stuff happen, which is we elected President Barack Obama. And we could give it up here for our friends from Colorado, from South Dakota, California. We beat back 3 bad anti-choice ballot initiatives. And not unimportantly, because this kind of involves the work you're going to be doing tomorrow, we elected 26 new pro-choice members of the House of Representatives. And as of last week, we elected 8 new pro-choice United States senators. From the great state of Minnesota, but there, will they stand up and say, thank you for Al Franken? All right. But so now really is the good stuff, because now we have a chance to kind of make good on what was a historic election and actually get the kind of reform that we need. We have this chance to pass historic healthcare reform, and that's what a lot of the work is we're going to be doing over the next two days to ensure that all the people that want to come to Planned Parenthood health centers for reproductive health care have the right, have an insurance card, and can actually come and do that. There's a couple of reasons this meeting, so the 2 year ago meeting was historic. There's a reason why this public affairs meeting is historic. Welcome, Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky. Could we say, everyone give her a big hand? Jan, I just want to say the reason why this meeting is historic is that the first time in our history, the median age at this gathering is 25 years old. Okay? So the great thing is we're moving from, I mean, we have here both public policy veterans and folks who grew up on Facebook, and we have hardened political hacks like me, along with organizers who Twitter. So in fact, raise your hand if you are Twittering right now. Okay, let's hear it for the Twitterers. Okay. But the great thing is, so we all have things to teach each other and learn from each other. I actually was wondering too, for how many of you, this is the first time ever to come to Washington, D.C.? Okay, can we just hear it for the folks who made their first time? Well, for those of you who waited to come, this was a good time to pitch. So,